I'm very good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. I've seen the gym today, training. You've got obviously your big fight coming up. First, I want to go back to in the ring, Manchester. The Zelfa Barrett, Jordan Gilcard, and Jordan Flynn had just fought. Wasn't a best performance from him, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving between the two of you. First of all, talk to me about that performance.
Well, the performance speaks for itself. I feel it wasn't great, was it? On any level, and I think, to be honest, I think I've done him a favour. I think he should be thanking me because I pulled out. He's had an extra payday, a warm up fight. Hopefully, he's shook off all his ring rust and he comes ready. June 22nd.
What would you have done to Jordan had it been you in the opposite corner?
I think it would have been an early night for him, to be honest. He was getting caught with massive shots. And that's from a journeyman, do you know what I mean? Imagine what I would have done to him in there April 13th.
You say you've done him a favour. Do you think as well he will benefit from that because he can take away from that and learn from that?
Listen, I think he's benefited massively from me saying his name. He's saying that I'm chasing clout by mentioning him, but come on. I've mentioned his name, he's had an extra payday. He's getting back on these matchroom cards. Bearing in mind, when I mentioned his name, he doesn't have a promotional deal. He's got no promotional deal. So me saying his name, I've sort of brought him back out the door. Give him a couple of paydays and we're going to send him on his way. And I'll move on to the next.
Obviously, you couldn't make the original date. Slight injury to yourself. Talk to me about Cam getting back into the swing of things and back into the gym. How's that been?
Great. I feel I'm in a great place now. My injury's healed up nicely. And to be honest with you, mate, I would have liked to box on April 13th. And that's what I was trying to say. This is why I've got a team around us to stop us from doing silly things like boxing with an injury. We're looking at the bigger picture. I want to be a star in the sport one day and achieve great things. And boxing with injuries and stuff like that's just silly, really. So we've got the extra few weeks now, and I feel great. Everything's good.
You mentioned about your team. How important is it to have that team to say to your note, this is what makes more sense, don't go in and don't be silly, because you're a fighter, you're going to go in there and fight regardless.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. I've got a great team behind us. The pullers back when I need to be pulled back, and the pushers when I need to be pushed. And it's a great atmosphere here in the gym, and everyone's bouncing off each other, and we all push each other in the gym. It's just great to be around.
Let's mention about the gym. What's it like? Obviously, you're a big character, you've got a big personality, and so have a lot of guys in the gym. You fit right in. What is it like coming here day in, day out?
Do you know what? It doesn't even feel like work, mate. I'm living the dream. This is what I've dreamed about as a kid for many years, getting to this point, and yeah, I love it every day. I enjoy being in the gym. Do you know what I mean? I'm not one of them fighters who hates turning up every day and whatnot. I love it. I'm first in, last out, and I just can't wait to get the ball rolling on the 22nd of June.
Talk to me about sort of after that, obviously not overlooking their opponent and overlooking this fight, but what are your, everyone wants to be a world champion, that's why to get into the sport, but for you, what else is there in the boxing world that you want to do? What do you want to look back on at the end of your career and say, I've done this and I'm proud of that?
Listen, I don't just want to be a world champion, I want to be a star of the sport. You've got your Shakurs, your Gervonta Davises, and I think the UK is missing that big star. I don't think we've had one since Naz, so I want to be a big name like that. And people may laugh, and at first everyone does laugh, but I think once you go and do it, and then they realise. But for me, it's just taking one step at a time. I'm early doors in my career, and just one fight at a time, one step at a time. I'll get there. I'm learning every day in the gym. I'm doing great learning. If I'm not training, I'm watching. So I'm constantly learning. I'm just a sponge, and I want to learn.
Obviously, world title is the top, it's a pinnacle.
Yeah.
But let's talk about other titles. Do you want to go down that domestic route? Do you want to pick up these titles and build your way up?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I'd love to get my hands on the British, European when the time's right. I think if you have a look at how fast I'm moving, I'm fighting a kid 10-0 in my fifth pro fight. Not many people do it. A lot of people box 10, 12 journeymen before they start stepping up the levels. I've got no interest in padding my record. I wanna get shit done. Do you know what I mean?
What's that say about your mentality? A lot of people say 20 to learn, then 20 to earn. So like I say, to build that record, pad that record for first, like you mentioned, 10, 15, maybe 20 fights. Why is your mentality now?
Listen, I do all my learning in the gym. I feel when you're under the lights, that's when you get to put what you practice in the gym into play. And I've just got no interest in it. I want to be in big fights. I want to be exciting. Like I said, one day I want to, God willing, be a star.
Do you feel, not just ability-wise, but also personality-wise, you've got all the attributes to be that star, to be the next Naz?
Yeah, definitely not just the next Naz, but the first Cameron Vuong. I'm in the gym every day. I work hard, and I feel I've got all the full package. I've come on leaps and bounds since I've been at this gym, and I used to just be an out and out boxer. I'm learning little things like how to fight in the pocket and learning off other professionals in the gym. Jack, Akib, just great, man.
Just mentioned back there learning in the gym. Just talk to me the difference between amateurs and the pros and what you've learnt the most since turning over.
I never really enjoyed being an amateur, to be honest. 3-3s, you got to rush your work. I've always liked to have more time, take my time, slow things down. And I don't think that's what Jordan realises. He thinks that I'm gonna come in and he's gonna stick it on us. Yeah, we'll come put it on us and see what happens. I can't wait.
So do you think when you get to that, the title levels, you mentioned the British title, European, when you get to those 10 rounds, 12 rounds, it's going to suit you even more?
Yeah, well, look, this is my 5th fight and it's a 10 rounder. So I think if I keep going at the pace I'm going at, I'll definitely get to the top.
Absolutely. Cameron, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Nice one, mate. Thank you.